Okay, we're supposed to be live here. Okay, that's turned off. Okay, so don't worry, I'll cut all of this later on, but hi, welcome to today's live video. I'm Michael Harris, and today I wanted to talk specifically about core values. And I could just tell you, you may or may not know this, but I absolutely love movies. And in addition to action movies, I also love the love and family values theme. Okay, so a story like this has been told dozens and dozens of times. Examples like West Side Story, Titanic, Twilight, even the movie Scarface had the Romeo and Juliet theme in a part of it. You know, so the story kind of goes like this. You know, you just imagine two rival families who live across the street or live across the world from one another and have a very deep rooted animosity towards one another. They have different core values, and their differences have caused them to be in a constant conflict. But you know what? Their kids fall in love, right? And this is terrible, but it's not. These two, they see the world differently. They share their common values with one another, and they actually find out that they have more in common than they originally thought. They both love family and love and community, and they realize that they could work together to bridge the divide between their families. So they come up with this great idea that, I know, we'll organize an event and we'll bring those two families together, you know, so they can showcase their shared values and invite everyone to participate. And it's going to be in love and togetherness, and the unicorns are going to be dancing on the lawn. And eventually the event is a success, maybe not right away, and the rivals start to see one another in a different light, and perhaps the families can put aside their animosity and live in harmony. It's our core values that are more powerful than our differences. It's probably something that we could learn, like in real life, is if we can find common ground and work together, we could achieve great things. So let's talk about core values for a moment. Core values are the fundamental beliefs and principles that guide everyone's behavior, and it also influences all of your decisions. These are deeply held beliefs, or beliefs about beliefs, that define what's important to us, and you know, what we like, what we don't like, what we love, what we will do. And it aligns us not only personally but professionally. It's also important to know that about other people's core values. We'll get to that in a second, but core values provide a sense of identity, and it can help you or help individuals build stronger relationships, both personally and professionally. Now, as a business coach, I can tell you that core values are absolutely crucial for any individual or organization if they want to achieve any amount of success. And the 5 things that you need to know about business core values is they define what your business stands for, what its overall purpose is, what the company culture is going to be, and how it guides your decisions, actions, and behaviors. The second thing is the core values create a sense of direction. So if you have clearly defined core values and your team knows what those core values is, you can use those values to set goals and make decisions and even evaluate your progress. The other thing is having a set of values also helps you build a strong team culture where everybody is working towards the same goals. Now, it's not going to be the same as their individual core values, but you can get people to agree and sign on to company values. The third thing is core values attract like-minded people. Yeah, you may have heard this before. People like people who are like them, and people don't like people who are not like them. And a lot of this comes from your values. So when you have a strong set of values, you can attract employees and partners and customers who share those values. It creates a sense of community and loyalty around your business that also helps you stand out from your competitors. And lastly, core values in your business help you make tough decisions. When you're faced with a difficult choice, your core values can serve as a guide, because if the decision that you're going to make aligns with your core values, then it's probably the right decision. And, conversely, if a decision goes against your values, it's probably not the best one for you or your business. Core values are a crucial aspect for any successful business. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is core values in relationships. Okay, core values are the foundation of healthy relationships. You might meet a couple and they're like night and day. One's an extrovert, one's an introvert. But if you really get to talking to them, you'll discover that their core values are very much in alignment. Shared core values are the bedrock of a strong, healthy relationship, and it gives you a sense of purpose and a direction in that relationship. And it also, when your core values are aligned, it can help you understand what's important to your partner. When they're doing stuff and you're going, I wonder why they're doing that. Go back to your values. The next thing is that core values help partners make important decisions. If you're over here and your partner's over here, and one of your core values is family, is children, and the other one, they're not, okay, that's going to be a problem. If you both value savings or value security and safety, that's going to be a good alignment. But if you got one person that doesn't care about money, or they don't care about security or safety, and the other one does, it's going to cause problems. And these same arguments are going to come up over and over, and they may come up and looking like they're in a different context, but ultimately it's about values. Now, one of the things that you really, really need to know, this is core values are not set in stone. They are mutable. They can evolve. They can change. Partners in a relationship should be open and flexible with each other changing values. We all age. We have illness. We have disease. We have accidents, and those little aspects of our life can really influence your core values. So one of the things is knowing your core values is going to be crucial, not only in business and not only in relationships and in conflict resolution, but understanding what's important to the other person that you're communicating with can make all of the difference between a business, a sale or a lost opportunity, or a successful partnership. So when it comes to eliciting somebody's core values, there are some very effective strategies that you need to consider. And I wanted to dive into that just a little bit. Number one, you need to ask open-ended questions similar to, what's important to you about X? The next thing that you need to be open to is reflective listening. Okay, if you ask somebody what's important to them about going to the football game and they tell you it's the popcorn, you need to hear that, because they may or may not be paying attention to, what the stats are and whatever else is going on, but listen to their values and repeat them back. The other thing that you might want to consider is respecting their privacy. Knowing somebody's core values is like having an inside track to their entire world, and you just don't want to be blabbing what their values are to other people. You're going to offend them. And the last part about this, when you're eliciting somebody's values, is share your own. If somebody asks me, what are your core values? I can tell you straight out, my values are health and wisdom and communication and love and money. And that's not going to change. And what's real interesting is when you're eliciting somebody's core values, get a 3x5 card, write some notes, because unless they get struck by lightning or have a significant head injury, their core values are going to stay pretty consistent in that context. So this is just a little short video today, but I kind of wanted to wind this out. Just to repeat ourselves, core values guide us to prioritize things like integrity, innovation, collaboration. These values shape our decisions and our interactions in the workplace, in our family, in our intimate relationships. They lead us to emphasize things like growth or leadership or social responsibility in our personal lives. You know, we align our choices and behaviors. You know, we might be seeking a fulfilling relationship or our personal development or just a meaningful connection. And we don't really have time to dive into this, but if you've got kids, let me tell you, no matter what you think your core, you know, all these wonderful core values that you've taught your children, they have different core values than you do. And you might want to think about saying, what are your core values? What's important to you? And we'll talk more about that on a different video. But I just wanted to just kind of do a short opening and let you know that these values that we have, they're deeply ingrained. They don't change fast. They don't change easily. But if you are open to self-reflection, you are willing to challenge your existing belief, you can modify them. Other than that, I just wanted to say thank you for doing this little journey on core values with me. In our next video, we're going to explore some practical techniques to help you identify and define your own core beliefs. And if you want, send me a message and I'll send you a list of the top 30 core values so that you can start looking at them and go, yeah, I've got that one and I've got that one. And, you know, thousands of years ago when I was seeing a lot of hypnosis clients, that's the very first thing that I did is I did their core values so that they would know what they are and how specifically whatever problems that they were facing were caused by a misalignment in their core values. Anyway, send me a message and I'll give you a link. And I really want to thank everybody for watching this, whoever you are. I see a couple of people on the Zoom call. But other than that, have a great day, and I'll talk to you very soon.